4, 3, 2, 1.
Cue music.
This is Movies First with Alex First.
If you're not a fan of the Foo Fighters or aren't into schlock horror, you can give Studio 666 a wide berth. The group is gathered around a boardroom table and their record label CEO Jeremy Schill, Jeff Garlin, enters with expletives flying. He tells them he's in debt up to his eyeballs and the Foo Fighters are well overdue on their 10th album. Founder and guitarist Dave Grohl thinks a change of scenery might be in order. So the manager makes a phone call, and before you know it, the sextet and their roadies are setting up their equipment in an old LA mansion that's been vacant for years. That's because it was the site of a horrible, bloodthirsty massacre in 1993. Grohl immediately senses death, but the acoustics are so good he can't pass up the opportunity to record. That's in spite of the fact that he can see nasty images and shadowy figures begin popping up regularly. When one of the crew is electrocuted, the writing is on the wall. But somehow Grohl convinces the others to stay put and compile an album as testimony to the deceased. Things go from bad to worse after Grohl discovers a mounted raccoon with its guts wide open and spilling blood in the basement. Before long, Grohl is possessed by the devil. That leaves him unbearable to work with as he tries to create the longest song in the history of rock music, extending well over 40 minutes. Let me just add that the loss of life becomes extensive.
Movies First with Alex First.
I found Studio 666, named after the devil's number, excruciating to sit through. It's sheer cringe value, all about schoolboy theatrics. The story is by Grohl and the script, which is ridiculous, is the work of Jeff Buhler and Rebecca Hughes. I can only imagine they thought they were being funny. They aren't. The humour is puerile. Don't get me started on the acting. By and large, it's appalling, save for Dave Grohl, who does a passable job. It felt like amateur hour. As for the horror, it's way over the top. In fact, honestly, I can find nothing of merit to commend this movie. The cast and crew may have had fun making this as a passion project, but I didn't share their enthusiasm. After having sat through this second-rate mess, I saw it as a total waste of time and space. But who knows, if The Room can garner a cult following, Studio 666, directed by B.J. McDonnell, should be a mozza. It scores a big fat 0 out of 10.
You've been listening to Movies First with Alex First.
Available at Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, or your favourite podcast player. You can also stream on demand at Bytes.com.
This has been another quality podcast production from Bytes.com.